I'm fine.
This is Colm mcguigan for IFL TV. Eddie, this is the first time I've ever seen you give up, mate. What happened?
I don't, mate. Don't. I can't, just
No,
by
this
saying
is the
that,
first time.
I feel like I need to go back and do it.
In your life,
So
you've
yeah,
never given up. Why
that
today?
really don't say that again. Yeah, I pulled my hamstring on a treadmill on Thursday, and it's just I shouldn't have run today. And then I got like 1K, and I just as soon as I left the run here, I could feel it, and I just felt like I'm gonna full tear my hamstring if I carry on. And obviously, you know, it's
okay to give up sometimes, though.
no, don't say it, Colm. It's an emotional, like every elite athlete faces adversity at some point in their career, and today was that day. You know, obviously the highs of this is what elite level sport is all about: the highs and the lows. So the highs of victory last week in San Francisco, you know, one of my fastest ever fight day 5Ks, and the lows of, you know, not being able to complete the race today.
Can you imagine if Peter Parsons was here?
Could you imagine if this was last week?
Oh, man.
I mean, that's the only saving grace, because I would have actually carried on, but I couldn't. Today I couldn't even run 27, 28 minutes. So yeah, unfortunately, there's going to be no running for me. Can I make the Saudi fight day 5K?
Are you doing a Saudi fight?
We should do, yeah. We should do. Yeah. Don't know. It's not looking good, bro. So I'm going to have to switch it up for the... Charlie Edwards is back. He won. Yeah. So this is the first fight day 5K interview he's done with me where I'm not looking absolutely horrendous, although I haven't showered or anything, so I'm probably looking quite horrendous anyway. So.
Edward. Jake Paul with an incredible knockout win last night. Just talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think, look, one thing that he does extremely well, and I don't know where they found Andre August, but, like, for him to have a record of 10-1 was quite amazing. Like, as soon as he got in the ring, I was like, oh, my God. And obviously, Ariel said he went in the changing room and he was just like, he said he couldn't speak or anything. So, but it was still, I actually liked what I saw from Jake Paul in the round. Like, and it was a great knockout. And at the end of the day, people want to see entertainment. People want to see knockouts. I've always said I think Jake Paul could punch. So yeah, I think you have to stop knocking him. Really, like, I know he's fighting these guys, but he's still. You know, I think it's good for the ecosystem of boxing. Like, he's selling tickets, he's promoting the sport. It was an exciting performance. So yeah, I don't think you could knock him too much.
He called out Vidal Riley last night.
Did he?
After that fight. Would you put him in with someone maybe, I know you said it before, Chef Clark?
Mate, come on.
It's a marketable fight.
Oh,
you believe believe Chef Clark would win that fight easy, right? Why not try and make that fight? Big money fight, no?
He'd never fight Chef Clark. He'd never fight Vidal Riley. Like, Chef Clark is a level above Vidal Riley, who's a decent boxer, right? I think he's won the English title or something like that. Vidal Riley beats Jake Paul so easily, I can't even tell you. But Jake's decent. Like, he's not awful. I've said before, you know, we always had this argument. You know, when I said he's an average fighter, honestly, that's an actual compliment. This guy started boxing late, and I think he's improving. I really do.
Who would you put him in with then that you believe would be a good fight?
You've got to find people like Andre August. Right? I don't know where. Like I said to our matchmaker, why didn't you get Andre August for someone on her debut? Like, where are these people from? Who on earth? How has Andre August beat 10 people? Like, but it depends. Jake is a master of spinning narrative, right? So the new narrative is, no, I'm moving away from pay-per-view events and I'm going to build my boxing career, right? What that actually means is he didn't have any pay-per-view fights available, so he did a fight on non-pay-per-view. And I would find another person like Andre August. Like, he could have those fights. He could have one of those fights every 2 or 3 months. But he's not going to want to fight for the money he fought for last night. That's the difference, you know, after a while. So what he's trying to do is trying to walk himself into a big fight with a big name, like a Canelo Alvarez or something like that.
I know you said the chef clocked Vidal or anything, right? But he genuinely called out Vidal Riley. If there was a possibility for you to make the chef clock fight, and he did say yes, that's a big earner, right? You can make.
We wouldn't even need a flight. We'd walk and swim to that fight if we had to. Do you know what I mean? Chev's going to fight. Well, this is another problem with the bullshit world we live in at the moment. Chev Clark is mandatory for Isaac Chamberlain. We've made Isaac Chamberlain a massive offer, career high payday. And he's mandatory for the Europeans, so we don't really know. Basically, they're not going to fight Chev. It's going to be the same old thing where boxer pulls a fighter out of a negotiation because they don't want to go to purse bid or whatever. So we need to land Chev a big fight. It's frustrating when you get into a mandatory position because sometimes it slows your career up. But yes, obviously, if they ever want to fight with Chev Clark, but they won't. They're not. Yeah, and they're only going to take risk if the money's right. Do you know what I mean? So they took risk against Tommy Fury and lost. So at the moment they're making small money, so they take no risk. But what they're doing is building a narrative, which is smart, you know.
Subriel Matias here. I seen you do a little video with him before the 5K. I asked him yesterday, would you work with Eddie Hearn going forward? Obviously Eddie's got some massive names in the division. Would you be interested? And he said, speak to this guy to my right.
Yeah, one.
This guy wouldn't speak to me anyway, so I don't know what the situation is there.
Yeah, we've been talking. I mean, look, Subriel Matias is talking to everybody. Matchroom, top ranked PBC. We feel like we have a huge roster at 140. See, with people like Matias is unbelievably exciting, right? Heavy hands, all action. You've got to build these guys so that when they fight Devin and when they fight Teofimo and when they fight Tank, they make the money they deserve. So what I would say to Matias is, let's have 1 or 2 fights in 6 months. Let me shout my mouth off. Let's bring you to Puerto Rico. Let's give you the fanfare. Let's tell the world how good and exciting you are. And then, when we fight Devin and when we fight Teofimo, you're going to get a load of money. And that's what happened with Regis Prograis. I said to him, we're going to give you a homecoming, and then we're going to give you a mega fight for a load of money. That's what we did. And that's exactly the same we do with Subriel. So we'll see. He's going to have some great offers from everybody, but we'd love to work with him.
Frank Warren made some comments in an interview with Charlie Parsons yesterday or the day before about Frank Smith and
yeah, I saw that.
What did you make of those comments?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, obviously me and Frank Warren are getting on very well now, but he can't help having little digs at poor old Frank Smith. He's just, they don't like him. Yeah, it was funny. But looking forward to getting out to Saudi and being on the stage with old Frank. Really looking forward to the show.
When you're in Saudi with Frank Warren, will you sit down and have a conversation? Because that's going to be an extended period of time together.
Yeah, maybe. But more than happy to. I'm sure there'll be a lot of conversations going on during that week about other fights in Saudi. Obviously, we're involved. Frank's involved. So, I think it would make sense. I think I'll get out there Tuesday or something. And then we've got Wednesday, we've got the workouts. Thursday, you got the presser. Friday, you got the weigh-in. So yeah, like as you said, there for a long time. I think everybody's in different hotels as well. And our priority will be to be around our fighters. Look at Frank Smith. Look, going around the roundabout to try and clock it. Go on, Frank.
Oh, he should stop. Oh, no.
Frank, that's 4.8. 4.8. What?
Not a good look. Eddie, you went viral yesterday again.
Did I?
Your little singing.
But it's so embarrassing. Why do I do it? I feel like, imagine a world where you go up to, the GOAT of an industry, right, and say, "Oh, mate, do that. Just rap us a bit of Regulate, and I'll just do it for you."
You didn't even rap the bit I wanted.
Which bit was the bit you wanted?
When you smoke like I smoke, that bit.
When you smoke like I smoke, and you howl like every day. And if your ass is a buster, 213 will regulate.
That's gonna bang. Eddie Hearn, thanks.
I've done my hand.
I'm fine.